Hi dear friends, this is me Ishfaq Riaz, and today we are going to discuss an important and interesting topic of physics, that is the concept of mass and weight, and in the end we will solve some numericals regarding the concept of weight as well. But before discussing this concept of mass and weight, let me remind you the things which we have discussed so far in this very unit. I mean gravitation. 9th class का topic है chapter gravitation का. So far in this very chapter we have discussed the concept of gravity and gravitation. After this we discussed the famous universal law of gravitation. If you remember the statement of that very law, the force of attraction is basically equal to F is equal to G m1 m2 divided by r square. We have discussed everything about the universal law of gravitation, its mathematical form, and then the characteristics of this very gravitational force. After this we discussed the concept of small g, that is acceleration due to gravity, the factors upon which it depends. Now you remember it depends upon the 4 factors. Number 1, height, shape, depth, and due to the rotation of the earth it also changes. Then we discussed the factors upon which it depends, and the recent topic which we discussed about this gravitation was the Kepler's laws of planetary motion. If you remember, we discussed 3 laws: law of areas, law of orbits, and law of planets. Now right now we are in a condition to discuss the concept of mass and weight. What is basically mass and what is basically weight, and what is the difference between the two, and in the end we will solve some numericals regarding the concept of mass and weight as well. So basically mass is the quantity of matter contained in the body. Let me write this thing here. It is simply the quantity of matter contained in the body. So mass is basically the quantity of matter. Now the question is, what is basically matter? Matter is nothing but anything which occupies space. The amount of matter contained in this very chalk, it will indicate its mass. So it is the fundamental property of a material body. ये जो mass है, it is the fundamental property of a material body. What does this mean? For example, the mass of this very ball, let it be 500 grams. It means that its mass will still be same, I mean 500 grams throughout the universe. Whether you are on the surface of earth, on the surface of moon, on the surface of Mars, or anywhere in the universe, its mass will still be equal to, for example, 500 gram. This is what is meant by a fundamental physical quantity. It does not change from place to place, I mean mass. It is universally constant, right? Now this mass, what does it basically represent from physics point of view? What is its physical significance? Basically ये जो mass है, it represents the inertia. Mass is basically the measurement of inertia. You might have discussed, you might have learned about this term inertia in the chapter laws of motion, force and the laws of motion. Basically mass is the measurement of inertia of a body. What is inertia? Inertia of a body is basically the tendency of a body to remain in the state of rest or in the state of uniform motion along a straight line. That is the resistance of a body to oppose any change in the state of rest or in the state of uniform motion. So larger the mass, larger or greater will be the inertia. So basically mass, it is the measurement of inertia of a body, that is simply the resistance to change its state of rest or the state of uniform motion along a straight line. Now let us discuss few more properties about this mass. It is a fundamental physical quantity. In physics we basically classify the physical quantities into 2 categories. Number 1, fundamental physical quantities. Number 2, derived physical quantities. And here this mass, it is the fundamental physical quantity. It is the fundamental physical quantity. That is this in physics we have 7 fundamental quantities, like this is length, mass, time. And remember one thing, in mechanics we require only these 3 fundamental quantities: length, mass, and time to describe the entire system. But in the entire physics we have 7 fundamental quantities. Let me name them: length, mass, time. temperature, electric current, luminous intensity, and the amount of substance. And rest of the physical quantities, like you heard about the speed, velocity, acceleration, right? Those are the derived physical quantities, and it is the property of this mass that it is a fundamental physical quantity. Now, how do we measure the mass, and what is the unit to measure the mass? Because in physics we require two things to describe a physical quantity completely. Let me write it here. For example, when we say the mass of a body is 2 kg, what does this basically represent? Here ये जो 2 है, it represents the numerical factor, and kg is the unit required to express the mass of a body. So this unit is contained 2 times. So the mass of a body here is, it is 2 kg. That is 2 here is the numerical factor, and kg is the SI unit of mass. So let me write here this mass as the SI unit of mass, because in physics we have 3 systems, rather 4 systems of units. One was FPS system, then CGS system, then SI system, that is basically an extension of the MKS system. So the SI unit of mass is kg, that is kilogram, and the CGS unit of mass, it is equal to gram. And if you remember the relation between the two, 1 kg, kilo, SI prefixes basically kilo, mega, giga. Whenever there is a word kilo, it means 10 raised power 3, 1000. So 1 kg is basically equal to 10 raised power 3 gram. This is the relation between the SI and the CGS unit of mass. And in the FPS system, this foot, pound and second, this mass is measured in pounds. And if you want to remember the relation between the pound and the gram, 1 pound is numerically equal to 453 gram, right? So this is the SI unit of mass, that is kg, CGS unit of mass, that is gram. We are basically discussing a fundamental property of matter, that is mass and its characteristic features, right? And in the FPS system, mass is measured in pounds, and 1 pound is equal to 453 gram. Now, since mass has only magnitude, so it is definitely a scalar quantity, because in physics we also categorize the physical quantities into 2 types. Number 1 is the vector physical quantities, possessing both magnitude as well as direction, and obey the triangle law of the vector algebra. But here this mass, for example, the mass of a body is 2 kg, it does not possess any sense of direction, so it is a scalar quantity. So the mass is a scalar quantity, and it is SI unit is kg. Now the question is, how do we measure mass? To define mass, basically from Newton's second law, if you remember well, force is equal to mass into acceleration. This is as per the Newton's second law of motion. So from here I can define mass as F by m. Basically we measure mass, we define mass in 2 ways. Let me write here, we define mass in 2 ways. Number 1 is the inertial mass, and number 2 is the gravitational mass. Inertial mass and gravitational mass, but they differ only in the way of their measurement, and practically for all purposes we take this inertial mass. Let me write mi to be the inertial mass, and for practical purposes inertial mass is equal to the gravitational mass. So we define mass in 2 ways. Number 1 inertial mass, and number 2 the gravitational mass. And remember one thing, for all practical purposes we take inertial mass to be equivalent to the gravitational mass, that is the ratio between mi and mg, it is always equal to unity. Now how do we measure the inertial mass? For that we use the inertial balance. And how do we measure the gravitational mass? For that we use the physical balance, जिसे आप पेन balance भी कहते हो. But for all practical purposes we take inertial mass to be equal to the gravitational mass. So these were some of the features of the mass, definition of mass, units of the mass, and how do we define the mass from Newton's second law, rather the inertial mass. So here it is m is equal to F by A. So these 2 types of masses, that is inertial and gravitational masses, only differ in the way of their measurement, rest they are equivalent. So this was all about the concept of mass. Now let us discuss the concept of weight. What is basically weight? Now, weight is basically also a physical quantity, but what does it actually represent? Let me write here weight. We have so far discussed the concept of mass, simply the quantity of matter contained in the body. Even this has a mass. Even the smallest elementary particle in the universe, that is the electron, does possess some finite mass, so it can't be zero, and it is a fundamental physical quantity constant throughout the universe. Now let's come into this very topic, that is weight. What is basically weight? Weight is basically the force with which earth attracts a body. So what does basically force represent from physics point of view? Weight basically represents the force with which earth attracts a body. So weight is basically the force with which earth attracts a body. Earth attracts a body. This is the definition of weight. So basically weight represents the earth's gravitational pull. So from Newton's second law, let me write here F is equal to mass into acceleration, but here the acceleration which a freely falling body has, what is that called? I have already explained it. That is called the acceleration due to gravity, and that was a separate topic to discuss. If you remember, I have discussed everything about this small g. So here I will write the definition of weight, simply the force with which earth attracts a body. So force is basically, as per second law, mass into acceleration, but here I will replace acceleration by acceleration due to gravity. So this is acceleration due to gravity. So as per the Newton's second law, I will write this force. What does it actually represent now? It represents the weight. So this is simply equal to m into g, that is mass into acceleration due to gravity. This quantity basically represents the weight. Now what is the physical significance of weight? What does it represent from physics point of view? Let me elaborate it. Let me illustrate it here with the help of an example. For example, I have a body of mass 6 kg. I have a body of mass 6 kg. Now, what is its weight on or near the surface of earth? As per the definition, weight is equal to m into g. Are you getting my points or not? Simply, what is the mass of a body? It is 6 kg, right? Now what is g on or near the surface of earth? I hope you remember everything about this small g. This is 9.8. For the sake of convenience, let me take it approximately to be equal to 10. Units you know, meter per second square. So this is 10 into 6, that is equal to 60. So this will be equal to kg meter per second square. So as per the definition, if you remember well, you have already discussed the concept of force, SI unit of force, CGS unit of force, and the relation between the two. This quantity basically represents Newton, that is the SI unit of force. It will be same as the SI unit of weight, because weight is nothing but the earth's gravitational pull. So what is the physical significance of weight? If I have a body of mass 6 kg, its weight on or near the surface of earth will be 16 Newton. What does this represent? It simply represents there is a body of mass 6 kg and earth attracts that very body, I mean a body of mass 6 kg with a force of 60 Newton. This is what weight physically represents. There is a body of mass 6 kg and earth attracts that very body with a force of 16 Newton. This is the definition of the force and the this is the definition of weight and the physical significance of weight. Now as per the definition, this weight, it is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. अभी मैंने आपको कहा mass is constant. Now this acceleration due to gravity changes, if you remember well, it changes due to 4 factors. Number 1, with height, with depth, with shape of the earth, and with the rotation of the earth. What I mean by saying this is that If g changes, so automatically weight will change. Weight is not the fundamental physical property, it does not remain constant, it changes from place to place because of the change in the value of g, that is acceleration due to gravity. So weight of a body depends upon its location. What does this mean? If there is a body of weight 60 Newton on the surface of earth, it will not be same, this weight will not be same on the surface of moon, because weight changes from place to place. I will elaborate that a little bit later, but let me write some more features about the concept of weight. Now, since weight is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity, and acceleration due to gravity is a vector quantity, so weight is also a vector quantity. So it possesses both magnitude as well as direction. Magnitude क्या है इसका? For example 60 Newton, 40 Newton, 60 Dalton. What is the direction of this weight? It is always vertically downwards towards the center of earth. So it possesses both magnitude as well as direction, and the direction of this very weight is always vertically downwards towards the center of the earth. Now one thing more, the SI unit of force, rather the SI unit of weight, it will be same as that of force. And what is that? That is Newton. And what is the CGS unit of this weight now? It will be equal to Dalton. If you remember the relation between the two, 1 Newton, it is equal to 10 raised power 5 Daltons, right? This is the relation between the two. This is when we take the absolute system of units into consideration. There is one more system of units in physics, that is called the gravitational system. And in the gravitational system, we have the unit of force is equal to kg weight, जिसे आप kg weight कहो या kilogram force कहो. This kg weight is basically equal to 9.8 Newton. And in the gravitational CGS system, we have the CGS unit of weight there, that is equal to gram weight, जिसे आप ग्राम फोर्स भी कह सकते हो, that is equal to 980 Dalton. Simply अगर आपको relation याद रखनी है between the absolute and the gravitational system, this gravitational system of units, it is equal to small g, that is acceleration due to gravity times the SI absolute system. This is the relation between the two. So these were some of the features of the weight. Simply the force with which earth attracts a body, it is a vector quantity, it changes from place to place. Why? Because the value of g changes, and it is a vector quantity, always acts vertically downwards. Now, as I said earlier, this weight, it depends upon the acceleration due to gravity. But you also remember on or near the surface of earth, the value of acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर. याद है ना आपको, ये वैल्यू मैंने डिराइव भी किया था. नाउ सिंस वेट इट इज इक्वल टू मास इनटू एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी. मास, now at a given place, as I said, at a given place, for example on or near the surface of earth, g is constant. Isn't g constant on or near the surface of earth? It is always equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Now when g is constant at a given place, so I will write w is directly proportional to m. So this is because of this reason. Remember, let me repeat this thing. This is because of this reason we take weight of a body as the measurement of mass. Why? Because g is constant on or near the surface of earth. Since the value of g is constant, so we can take weight of a body. Let me repeat it once again. We take weight of a body as the measurement of mass, right? So this is because of the constant value of g. Now, since this weight, we take it as the measurement of mass because of the constant value of g. Now, how do we measure the weight? For that, we use the spring balance. याद है ना, physical balance से हम क्या measure करते थे? Mass of a body, right? And to measure the weight, what we use is the spring balance, जो कि आपको 11th class physics में discuss करना है, because that is based upon the Hooke's law, that is within elastic limit the extension produces is directly proportional to the external applied force. So weight of your body is measured with the help of an instrument, that is the spring balance. So these were some of the characteristic features of the weight. Now as I said earlier, that weight of a body does not remain constant, it changes from place to place. What I mean by saying this is that weight of a body depends upon the location where the body is. So let me illustrate this very fact with the help of few illustrations. That is, let me try to find out the weight of a body on the surface of moon. Weight of a body on the surface of moon. Will it be same as that on the surface of earth? No. Now, how do we define weight on the surface of earth? The earth's gravitational pull. How will we define the weight on the surface of moon? It will be simply the force with which a body will be attracted towards the surface of moon. Now, if you remember well, the expression for small g, this was equal to gm divided by r square, and on the surface of earth it is 9.8 meter per second square, right? Okay, what about g on the surface of, this is g on the surface of moon, this is g on the surface of earth. So I will write g, it is universal gravitational constant, m के बदले लिखूंगा mass of moon, and here I will write radius of moon square. If you know the value of g, you already know it. Mass of moon you know, radius of moon you know. Do you remember the value of g? 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. Mass of moon 7.4 into 10 to the power 22 kg. Radius of moon 1.74 into 10 to the power 6 meter. If you do this very calculation, you will exactly get 1.63 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर. अगर आपको याद होगा, ये जो g ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ मून है, मैं इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकता हूं 9.8/6, that is equal to GE divided by 6. You remember this very expression. G on the surface of moon is 1/6 times G on the surface of earth. But now here our topic is the weight on the surface of moon. On the surface of earth, how do we define the weight? This is equal to m into GE. So what is the weight on the surface of moon? So I will write it m, because mass is constant, so I will write it m into gm. Now let me write this wm, that is weight on the surface of moon, divided by weight on the surface of earth. It is equal to m और m cancel हो जाएगा. This is gm divided by ge. So this is again equal to 1/6. So weight on the surface of moon, it will be 1/6 times the weight on the surface of earth. You can easily calculate it from the numerical. If I ask you a question, mass of a body is 10 kg, what is its weight on? Mass of a body is 10 kg. If I ask you a question, what is its mass on the surface of moon? It will be again 10 kg, because mass is fundamentally constant. But what is its weight on the surface of earth? On the surface of earth क्या है given? Mass of a body is 10 kg. So weight on the surface of earth, it will be equal to m into g. m के बदले लिखूंगा 10, g के बदले approximately अगर 10 लिखूं, so this is equal to 100 Newton. 100 Newton will be the weight of this very body on the surface of earth. But what will be its weight on the surface of moon? You remember this very relation now. On the surface of moon, this will be equal to 1/6 times the weight on the surface of earth. So clearly weight will decrease. 1/6 of 100, you can easily calculate it. So this is 100/6 Newton will be the weight of a body on the surface of moon. That is exactly equal to 16.33 Newton. So this was the distinction between mass and weight, and this mass depends upon the location. Now let's try to calculate the weight of a body at the center of earth. अगर आपको याद होगा, मैंने जो एक्सप्रेशन आपको बताई थी, that is g prime, it is equal to g into 1 minus d by r. We are basically trying to find out the weight of a body at the center of earth. And you remember, एट द सेंटर ऑफ अर्थ d इज इक्वल टू r, d बाई d फिर कैंसिल हो जाएगा, 1 minus 1 is 0, so g prime is equal to 0. When acceleration due to gravity is 0, clearly what will be the weight at that very point? It will be obviously equal to 0. So weight of a body can be equal to 0 as well. Where? At the center of earth. So with height, acceleration due to gravity decreases, so the weight of a body also decreases. And remember this very condition, when the effective weight of a body becomes 0, this condition in physics, it is called weightlessness. क्या कहते हैं इसको? weightlessness. And it is observed in the 4 situations. एक situation मैंने आपको बताई, body at the center of earth, दूसरी मैं बताऊंगा body at null points. We will discuss about the null points in the 11th class physics. Body in a freely falling lift and body in a satellite. And it is because of this weightlessness that astronauts feel many problems while in space, because it has adverse effects on human organism, especially in controlling movements, difficulty in eating and breathing, and difficulty in drinking water. It is because of this weightlessness that poses problems to the astronauts. So this was all about the concept of mass and weight, and few numericals regarding the concept of mass and weight. Here one numerical I would like to solve. Weight of a girl is 294 Newton. क्या है? Weight of a girl, it is given by, it is 294 Newton. What we have to calculate? We have to calculate her mass. अभी मैंने आपको रिलेशन बताई आपको, weight is equal to m into g, so mass किसके बराबर निकलेगा? W by g. Weight is given, this is 294, g के बदले लिखूंगा 9.8, तो वो एग्जैक्टली जब आप घर में कैलकुलेट करोगे, सो दिस विल बी एग्जैक्टली इक्वल टू 30 kg. दिस विल बी द मास ऑफ द गर्ल. सो दीज वर सम ऑफ द पॉइंट्स रिगार्डिंग द concept of mass, concept of weight, and special features how to measure them. And now you are in a condition to distinguish between mass and weight, which you can write yourself. The difference between mass and weight, and some of the numericals regarding the concept of mass and weight. So this was all for today's lecture. We'll be meeting in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye.